Everybody, it's a Saturday afternoon, the 19th. I just wanted to do a little intro to this chronicle because I don't really do a lot of talking throughout the week, and you might not fully understand where I'm at and what's happening. But basically, there's a couple clips here of me in Chiang Mai at a workshop, with a staff workshop, and you'll see some of the area of the hotel that I stayed in, and then in a couple clips you will see some food that we've eaten, some shrimp that we ate at a restaurant the first night we met. It was an outside restaurant, very Thai, and you'll see some shrimp, and you'll also see a dish that if you're squeamish you might not like it too much. It's a dish that it's one of the things I don't like about this culture. They do tend to eat things that are alive, and I really don't like it. I think it's torture. So it's basically, it's not basically, it's live shrimp in a spicy, very spicy sauce. So I don't know what happens to the shrimp, so they basically suffocate. They suffocate, or they like boil alive. So you see these clear, I think they're called baby shrimp, clear baby shrimp that are jumping around outside of the bottle, and you'll see sometimes when they jump out, they'll be crawling on the table, and one of the staff will pick them up and pop them in his mouth alive. It's one of the things I really hate about the Asian culture is I can't understand why the thing is suffering. You know, if you eat meat and you eat food and you kill it, you know, you don't let something suffer. But this is you know, you'll be sitting there an hour and these shrimp are still alive, like suffering in this spicy hot sauce. So they're like burning alive until they suffocate or burn alive. I don't know. Maybe they don't. I mean, clearly they have nerves. You know, they're trying to get away from the pain, but they don't have a thought process. I don't know. I don't like it. I didn't eat it. I wouldn't participate in that. I know the Chinese are notorious for this type of thing. You know, the live monkeys, and it's one of the reasons my sister is afraid to come over here. I said, well, we're not going to take you to anything. That would probably be the worst thing she would say, something like this. It's not as bad as some of the things that I've seen already. So anyway, you will see that, and then at the end, so at our dinner, the second night, we had some cultural events, some dancing, some Thai dancing. So there's some lengthy video of some of that. It's really beautiful, and I try not to talk too much in it, but you'll enjoy the music and you'll enjoy some of the dancing. Really gorgeous. My wife was she was listening. She overheard. She doesn't get involved in what I'm doing, but she overheard some of my video that I was editing today, or re-listening to. I wasn't editing. I'm just merging clips because this is a raw channel. You know, this is by the way, this is Troy's winding down chronicles of an expat going into early retirement. I'm not retired, but I am getting there. And so this is raw thoughts, raw clips of my retirement and my transition. So one of the things she overheard was a video where I'm talking about the cost of the wedding. So she kind of got a little bit upset and said, that's really sad that you're talking about that. And I'm like, I'm just talking about the cost of the wedding. And I think what bothered her was I was expressing my shock. I'm a guy. I never expected to get married. You know, it is what it is. The information she gave me was very, very fresh. So in the video, I'm expressing my shock at the cost of some of the things, because I was afraid this would happen. We made a wedding and she promised it would be small, and it's starting to grow. And I heard nightmares of weddings just becoming outrageous, getting way blown out. And I think she's gonna get caught up in that. I'm really afraid she's gonna get caught up in that, especially if depending on who is influencing her. So we got an expensive dress and some of these other things, but she heard me kind of expressing my shock at it, my gasping at it, just saying we do need to watch the cost. I want us to have something nice, but I want it to stay within the budget. But anyway, this is my raw video. I don't think I'm saying anything bad about her or it in it. I just am expressing some very raw thoughts, and that's what this is about. This channel is all about that, I might get laughed at. There might be some talks saying you have no idea what you're talking about wedding. I probably don't. And I'm expecting that. My sister is a wedding coordinator, and I've heard how much things like this cost. But anyway, I contemplated taking it out, but I'm not. This is my channel. I don't think I say anything too intimate or too private. I do want to try and keep, I want to be intimate and on this channel and raw, but I am not going to divulge like super private information. The cost of a wedding and me gasping at it doesn't seem like anything that should be private, should it? I would be talking like, I want to talk to people like I'm talking to a friend. And I'm viewing you as a friend, and maybe you'll have some negative comments. Maybe you'll understand where I'm coming from, and I'd love to hear from you. Let me know if I'm being outrageous, but just remember, it's all very fresh to me. It's all new. I want to keep this real, and I adore my wife. I will do anything for her, and if it's something she really wants and it costs that, I will do that. I'm just concerned right now about the cash flow. I need to make sure I have it to pay it because I don't carry debt. Anyway, I kind of went off the rails there, so just watch for that toward the end of the clips. I hope you enjoyed them. Let me know. This is Tracer Winding Down Chronicles, going into week 22 tomorrow. This is the end of week 23. Take care. God bless everybody. Hey everybody, I'm here. I'm just taking a break from the meetings. I just wanted to give you a little shot of the resort here. This place is massive. We have to take golf carts or buses around to get from place to place. I mean, you don't have to, but otherwise you're looking at a pretty good 15-minute walk. But this place is massive. Cannot believe it. And so well manicured. Gorgeous. Very impressed. I slept pretty well. The pillows are a little harder than I like, but pretty comfortable, but I was very tired. But the staff they're playing there's icebreakers and there's warm-ups in between meetings and discussions, and I really just cannot get into them. I guess I'm a bit of a party pooper on those, but I'm always trying to find a way out, to step out and not participate. And even some of the discussions, people get up there and they're like long-winded and nobody's paying attention to whatever they're saying, and they reinterpret what was discussed anyway. I don't see a whole lot of added value to this, because in the end, the strategy ends up basically being written by 2 or 3 people. And then in the end, so we go to all this effort, and it's just a rewording, and people accept it, so I think it's just the process to try and make it look like it's participatory and inclusive, but really it just ends up being written by 2 or 3 people, and then 2 or 3 people read it and the board approves it. So anyway, enjoy the time away and the break away from the office, getting out, and eating a lot of food, pretty good food. It's pretty nice. And tonight we have, I don't know what we have, but some presentations, and I give my presentation tomorrow. I have to prepare for it tonight, or at least just rehearse slightly, so I'm familiar again with what's in it. All right, everybody, take care. God bless. Here we are We're coming for dinner. We just had a long day of our strategy meetings. Really beautiful compound. We have to take a bus to get here because it's a little confusing on where we're supposed to meet. But a gorgeous building. Looks like it's in the shape of a temple. I just talked to Da. Da went for fittings for wedding dresses. And oh my gosh, I almost choked when I saw the bill. The dress, she tried on several dresses, and the bill and the dress she picked, I mean, they're probably all the same, but very high quality, very clearly these are very nice dresses. And 31,995 baht just for 1 day rental of the dress. That's about $900. Boom. I don't think she really understood how much this was going to cost, even for a small wedding. And then they were making offerings for all this other stuff. So a photographer, 15,000 baht, which is about $400 for the day, for the morning. And then video, another 15,000 baht, which would be a compilation of all a little bit of video during the ceremony, and then a compilation of all the photos. And then there's, so that would come to 79,000 baht. And then there's the pre-wedding prep, where the makeup. And then there was a makeup, 20,000 baht for them to do her makeup before the wedding. Oh my gosh. And then there's the pre-wedding package for photographs that you can add on. That's another, like in a studio, funny, you can do private photos in various different costumes. That's 15,000 baht, and then another 15,000 baht for makeup trials. So she can try different styles of makeup before the wedding to see the one she likes the most. Oh my gosh. I mean, this is even more than I expected. I mean, I know it's probably compared to US prices. I mean, this is nothing. My sister is a wedding coordinator, and she talked, and the what you spend on weddings, but I didn't expect this for such a small wedding. Plus I got to bring all of her family here, I'm a bit cheap in that sense, because I'm only doing this for her. And I guess I probably sound like I'm a cheapskate. Anyway, I want her to have a nice wedding. It's going to be our only wedding. I just wonder, I'm going to talk to my sister to see how unnecessary all of this stuff is. And then just shop around, see if we can find better prices. Those prices for photographer stuff, I think we can do better than that. Much better than that, especially for video and stuff. I'm going to look around. The problem is I don't want to make this too complicated, because this is why you hire wedding coordinators. You hire wedding coordinators to put all this stuff together so you don't have to worry about it. But we're not doing that. So I don't want to make it too complicated, but I do want to shop around a little bit before we, it's all about cash flow. I'll have the money. The problem is just paying for it all at once. So we're going to have to try and pay for this in increments. And then there's the food we have to look at. Just think, for a guy who never thought he would get married, to someone that said if he did get married, or that he would never get married, to a guy, and then if he did get married, it would be very eloping or some small thing, to now having a wedding. And I know Da's going to start going crazy with some of these ideas. She's going to start tacking things on. This is going to end up being bigger than I think she or I really wanted. So we're going to have to keep tabs on this. All right, everybody. So I've got to take video of this inside. This is gorgeous. So we're gonna eat Thai style in these chairs. Very Thai style in these chairs. And then we've got these little Swadee Kap. Very nicely dressed people. Oh, I'm glad I was gonna skip out on this. But I would have missed all this amazing food. Look at this layout. This is just for us. Very nice, classy. There's plenty here I can eat. Oh, I'm glad I came for this. I don't really have any narrative to say to this. I guess I'm just done talking about the wedding. But yeah, I'm imagining. So the reception, I expect. We don't know what kind of food. She was talking like a truck coming and being like a food cart truck outside of the church hall where people get their food and then take it in and sit down. But I bet you she's going to soon be talking about delivery and buffet and catering and live band and stuff. I'm sure that's coming. Good stuff. Yeah, so I went from a guy who wasn't ever going to get married to, but, once in a lifetime, and I want something special for her. She's waited all her life for me. I've waited all my life for her. And, it should be a special day. I probably sound like the biggest a-hole in the planet with what I'm talking about here. My sister's going to laugh because she does weddings. And she's gonna laugh at me talking about the cost of this. I mean, she does weddings that cost $50,000, minimum 30. So I think her wedding when she was married 30 years ago was I think that was like a $30,000 wedding. I don't know how my parents did it. They probably had to take out a loan. I'm not sure what they did. Yeah, really beautiful layout here. Well done. It's Wednesday the 16th of July. It's a nice rainy day here at the workshop in the resort. We just came back from a nice lunch, just in time to meet before meeting for our afternoon meeting. I gave my presentation this morning on fraud and corruption, and we had a PSEH presentation from an outside speaker, and now we have this nice little rainy afternoon. Very cozy. It's the 17th of July. It's a Thursday, rainy day here in Chiang Mai. I just finished the workshop today. Well, kind of. I was supposed to be in a finance workshop this afternoon or all morning, and I ended up having to work. And I wanted to relax this afternoon, just kind of do a couple extra things until my flight. But we ended up getting this urgent request for budget modification and narrative, and my whole day was spent on this. Extremely stressful because this is our final attempt to basically get this no cost extension approved. and it's reworking budget, and I'm doing all of this on my laptop. Normally I need to work on a big spreadsheet, a large 32-inch monitor, and because I need to see the entire spreadsheet. But it's hard to maneuver around it. And then work in Word as well. I have to update all the Word figures. What a mess. I didn't get to participate in any of the finance workshop or do anything this afternoon. I came here to this nice little cafe called Transit Number 8 here in Chiang Mai. Really nice, quiet, expensive. I had a chocolate covered strawberry. I should have it's like a Japanese cafe. It was not really a chocolate covered strawberry. It was a strawberry with covered some type of nougat or like a squishy type of yogurt. Very Japanese style. It was good. I mean, it was roughly about $2.50 for that. Crazy. The coffee was about a little over $2 for a little caramel macchiato. Not sweet. But yeah, now I'm rushing to get to the airport. I didn't realize how much time has passed, and I hope I make it. The driver said that there's a traffic jam, and now I'm waiting 10-15 minutes, and I need to check in an hour before. With luggage, can't believe it. I hope I don't get stuck here tonight. I'm so tired. I think it's from looking at the small screen as long as I have. So yeah, God, really hope I make it in time to the airport and not too much traffic. This is really, man, this really turned out to be a bummer of a day in a sense, because I didn't really get the chance to say goodbye to all the staff who are going back. So anyway, yeah, you got to make the best of it. Hope I make it to the airport, and that's it. So this is where we're coming from lunch. I don't remember what the name of it is. Look at these blue shrimp. Having some barbecue shrimp. We're sitting over there. Everybody's there. There's the Heineken, some fountain, some kids playing. It's pretty, and it's much cooler now. Well, not cooler, but less hot. I'd say that. Some video.
From what I've heard, the People's Party have a problem.
There's their salad. It's hopping around.
They've become so big so fast. They can't keep this.
This could be what's for dinner tomorrow. Yeah. Are you for dinner tomorrow? We just had our salad, was moving live shrimp. They just take the live baby shrimp and they put it in hot spicy sauce, and then it basically suffocates and burns to death while you're eating it. Some were crawling around on the plate. Some of them were crawling around on the plate, and some of the staff would just pick them up and pop them in their mouth while they're moving around. I don't really like stuff that's still moving.